wonder what it will be. There was a retreat that I gave a number of years ago, and in the final act of the retreat, I gave each one of the participants a handful of seed. And I said, on the way home, scatter. Just throw it out the car window. Wherever you go, throw it out. And see what happens. Now, it happened to be a whole palm full of wildflower seeds. But one of the people said, gee, I wonder what it'll be. Isn't that true? Don't we do that all the time when you're planting something? You put something in the ground, whether it be a little seed or a small bush or a plant, and you wonder, is it going to turn out the way I want? You work it and you develop it, but you hope that it's going to work out that way. Many of you are parents and grandparents. As you held your child, did you wonder what they would be? Oh, you would give them help, all the help and correction and education and formation you could possibly give them. But ultimately, you don't control it all. You wonder what it will be. In our first reading today, the prophet is talking about taking a shoot from the top of the tree. What he's talking about is this is written right after the Babylonian exile. And the house of Israel has been scattered and destroyed, but there's one son of King Jeconiah left. And he is taken to start all over again the whole Davidic line of kings. But I wonder how many people in Jerusalem or in Israel at that time looked at this kid, because he was, and said, I wonder, can he do it? I wonder what it will be. Many of you are parents, are fathers, grandfathers. There might even be a few great-grandfathers in here somewhere along the line. But how often have you looked at your children or your grandchildren and wondered? Very often when we preach on this particular passage, we talk about all the potential and the possibilities that are contained within that small grain of faith. But I'd like to take it in a slightly different direction and talk about the wonder of it all. In the beginning of the gospel passage, the parable that Jesus tells talks about the wonder of growing. Now, obviously, Jesus did not go to Cal Poly or UC Davis and learn what actually happens in the whole process of germination and growth. That being said, he gave a parable and said, we put the seed out there and stuff grows. You didn't do it. I didn't do it. It grows. There's this incredible potential that's contained there. And in the smallest seed, there is a whole world of possibilities. As I said in today's bulletin, and please, if you haven't read the parish bulletin, you're even allowed to read it during the homily tonight. Please make it a point to do so. There's just a short note for me talking about the views from the pews that we got back. And I'm going to, over the next 3 weeks, be reporting back to you some of what was said and kind of weave it into the homily time. And basically, it talked about the responses that I got focused on 3 main areas. The first is finances, and I am not good at talking about finances, so I'm not going to try. On July 6th and 7th, I'm going to do it then. I'm going to have, members of the Finance Council and the business management team here, and they'll do it for me, because they know how to do it far better than I do. But it also, the responses that I got from people focused on education and on spiritual growth. I think within the dream of this parish, within the potential of this parish, there is so much that we can become. There is so much potential. We are small. I was at a meeting about a week and a half ago with Bishop Todd Brown, and he said, Roy, Spreckles wouldn't even qualify as a parish in my diocese. You'd barely be a chapel. I said, well, fortunately, I'm not in your diocese. We are who we are. But what do we wish to become? I was a little disappointed in the views from the pews because I talked and I asked people to dream about what we could become, and what I got was, we need to move the furniture here and there. Missed the point. Missed the point. As we go forward with the responses that we've gotten in the whole process of education, it will be precisely to that, as we plan. Take the responses that you gave us and look at who we are and begin to offer more and deeper opportunities for education, not only for our young people, but for our old people as well, and everybody in between. We say from womb to tomb. Opportunities for people to learn and to grow in a wide variety of ways, one step at a time. Just as the seed doesn't, you plant it and it's a bush tomorrow. It takes time. It grows step by step. And so our planning process with the Pastoral Council will take its process one step at a time. Hopefully each year, one step more, one step more. So that just like the mustard seed in today's gospel, we will in fact grow. Put forth branches where birds of the air, where other people may come and rest and experience the presence and the power of the eternal God. And just as from the line of David in the first reading, the people of Israel took hope, may we also take hope as we continue to grow and develop the dream of who we are as the people of God, worshiping here in the community of St. Joseph's.